Hello Libra, welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 7 of Pentacles. You're in a situation right now that could be better. Okay. You've maybe experienced a setback. This is kind of the position of we've gotten knocked down. Okay. This is, we're looking at things and thinking, all of my efforts have not paid off yet. Yet. That's the key word though, right? Because as long as we stand up, every time we get knocked down, we get up again, you're going to succeed. And you know that this is a situation that it's just really a matter of time and effort. As long as you don't quit, you're pretty much guaranteed to reap the rewards of this effort. Okay. Failure will not overtake you if your will to succeed is stronger. Okay. And we know that we need failure, right? It's experience. If you're not failing, then you're not trying hard enough. Okay? So we're looking at this situation and thinking, okay, what do I need to learn from this? What can I gain from this situation? I need to pick myself up, dust myself off, and I'm going to go even harder at it. I'm going to take what I've learned and I'm going to apply it to my next move. Okay? Let's see what your next move might be. We're going to use the Dove and Serpent spread. Now we've got a Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future and sort of seeing the goal, right? When you've experienced a fall, right? A setback, an obstacle, a defeat, maybe a failure, right? Sometimes it helps to not focus on right now, not to be so concerned about this failure, but keep your eye on the prize, right? Because the Knight is always looking at the future. And I think in this situation, you're looking at the future and you're seeing the goal. You know it's there. It's just a matter of getting over the hurdles that take you there. So it's kind of putting this particular feeling now, currently today, putting it in context. Seeing it in terms of the larger picture here. And in relationship to your goal, this is a speed bump, yeah. You know, it might feel like a pretty intense and major speed bump, but it's one step. It's one thing that you've got to overcome. You've got to figure out a way past this. So it helps to remember the goal. Okay? It helps to remember why it's kind of like you're in the middle of this really grueling day. You're digging ditches all day, right? And your body's tired and sore. But you're thinking ahead to, in your mind, you're sort of envisioning this wonderful garden that you're going to have here. But first you got to dig all this dirt up, So it's all this hard work, all this labor, all this pain and suffering, really. And maybe there are some obstacles along the way too. Maybe you break your shovel. Maybe you're digging in the wrong spot. Whatever it is. But you keep in mind that goal that you have, that beautiful garden, and all the fruit, all the vegetables you're going to have, all the pretty flowers or whatever, and it motivates you. Okay. Now, we don't want to consistently be focused or daydreaming about the future and miss the lesson that's happening now, but this is going to help to restore our motivation. This is going to give us a little bit more strength in our muscles, right, to keep going. What I want to do now, before we get some more cards, more tarot cards anyway, is to do an angel number for you. This is a really good way to begin the reading with an angel number. 1122, the Great Shift. Personal growth, spiritual development, and manifesting goals, oneness, connection, and completion. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Okay, positive changes occurring due to your efforts. So we're looking at the Seven of Pentacles, and we're thinking, well, as I've fallen down, I've reached an obstacle. I didn't overcome that, right? Yes, but think about the progress that you have already made, right? Think about how close we have, how much we've already learned, how much we've already gained, how much positive changes have already happened because of all of this effort. Okay? Now, the Seven of Pentacles is not a card that says, I can't do it, right? It just says, I haven't figured out how to do it yet, right? There's something that is interfering with my progress right now. It's not a matter of can't. The word can't isn't even in our vocabulary. Okay, I can't do it. Right? And the Knight of Pentacles is looking at that mighty fine goal and saying, I can't do it. This is a problem now I can't solve. I can't get past this. No, don't say it like that. You know, if we have to put it into words, if we have to think about it or feel it in any way, just say, I haven't done it yet. Or I need to figure out how to do it. Okay? Maybe we need some help. Maybe we need some different ideas. Maybe we need a different tool. Right? Maybe we just need a rest. And then we come back to it with some fresh energy. All right? Expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. Amazing things are coming your way. Now, if the Knight of Pentacles is looking at this mighty fine future, it doesn't know the way there. It's not that there is one road. You know, you got your MapQuest directions printed out, and there's one route to get there. Because the Knight of Pentacles doesn't know the route. It knows the goal. It knows that's where we're going. It doesn't always know how to get there. So if we're expanding our horizons and permitting ourselves to try something new, the Knight of Pentacles can see the goal and realize that there are different ways we could get there. We could take a different path. If this is Seven of Pentacles, if this isn't an obstacle that we want to try to solve, is there an easier way to do it? Is there a way to go around this? Okay? Permit yourself to try something new. If this is an obstacle that you have to get past, we've got to think outside the box. We've got to get creative with how we're approaching this problem. Okay? And it's time to pick a different tool in the toolbox. You know, try something new. All right. Let's keep going. Let's put some more cards on the table here. We have a Three of Pentacles. A lot of earth energy today. Emperor energy. Very good. Chariot energy. Very, very good. And Six of Cups. Refreshment. Right. Joy. Beauty. Pleasure. Harmony. Resonance. Tranquility. This is rewards for a job well done. This is your just reward. Right? All this hard work, this is the satisfaction resulting from that. Okay? Also, Libra, if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay? Let's finish up putting our cards down and we'll get into the details here. Ace of Swords, very good. I like the Five of Pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles, a lot of earth energy, and the Tower. The Tower is explosive change, right? A great shift. Look at that, a great shift. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. And this is rapid change. The tower is change that happens quite suddenly. And it may even be it may be quite disruptive. It's kind of like when people have to use, dynamite or something to clear, some rocks or something when they're going to construct new buildings, It's almost a card that's saying we need to maybe, if this is our obstacle, right? Maybe we've been complicating things too much. Maybe this is just a matter of pushing against it harder. You got your hammer and you're just tink, 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 tink. It's not working. Maybe you really need to give it a wallop, right? And we'll break that down. Maybe it's just a matter of force and fire. Sometimes brute force is the way, right? It is the way. Especially when we're looking here at our Ace of Swords as your general energy. It's not a complicated idea. It's simplicity. It's clarity. Okay. We're going to select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put our tiny horse, Mr. Ed, right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the end. But it will tie everything together and give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. We can do it together. We can use our intuition. All right. Okay. Let's look around the room. Yeah. Major Arcana. Where are they? 1, 2, 3. Okay. The Emperor has given some orders to the Chariot, and the Chariot is staying the course. The Chariot is enduring. The Chariot is going to be out there on the battlefield no matter what. The Chariot is kind of like saying, I can't go back to the Emperor until I get this done. Right? I don't want to go back and say, I couldn't do it. Couldn't, can't, that's not in our vocabulary. So the Chariot here is basically just putting on another layer of armor, and it's going back down into it to fight harder. No matter what, can't lose. Right? Not going to lose. So, if the first technique didn't work, or the first method didn't work, let's expand our horizons. Let's try something new. But we're not reporting back until the job is done. Okay? And so that's our Chariot energy. There is a devotion here. There is a loyalty. There is a commitment that's saying, I can't stop until I get through this. Now we may have to retreat and regroup, may have to refresh ourselves and try to just calm down and approach it tomorrow morning with a fresh perspective. But we're not giving up. We're not accepting defeat here. Okay? Until this tower happens, until everything is revealed and released and expressed. Tower is very abrupt change. Okay? And change, whenever it is abrupt, is kind of disturbing. It disrupts our lives. It's really a sudden change that we're not ever really truly prepared for, right? And I think that this is like a tower moment. This is a leveling up. This is a breakthrough, like literally a breakthrough moment. This is once we get through this current obstacle, it's almost as if this thing is going to just speed forward with no resistance, right? This is it. This is that, the only thing holding you back. We could be talking business, career, finances. We could be talking about health, well-being. Could be talking about relationships. Could be talking about your creative projects, whatever it is. Breaking through this obstacle is going to open the floodgates of abundance for you. Because you know what I find interesting is that this water energy is at the very center of the tarot table today. This is the axis mundi. It's the pole star. This is the only thing that is constant. Everything else is swirling around in a circle. This never moves. Because this is what you're really headed for. This is what you're doing all this work for. This is, in essence, what the Knight of Pentacles is looking at. Really looking at the details, looking at a Ten of Pentacles, but this is why. Okay? A Six of Cups, pleasure, beauty, harmony. Okay? The ease, the tranquility of life. You're working so hard now, maybe for a financial freedom or for an easier life. Okay? We bust our butt now so that we can chill and relax later. You know? So we've got our three major arcana energies. We don't have any fire, which is weird, right? We have fire here. It's Aries energy, Emperor. We got fire even in the Knight of Pentacles. It's cardinal earth energy, which in that way connects it with the sign of Capricorn, with that devil energy. And the Capricorn devil energy is going to climb the mountain no matter what. It's going to keep climbing. It slides down the mountain. It just keeps clawing its way up. It's just that pure driving force that you want this so bad that you're just going to keep clawing at it no matter what, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you're still climbing. That's a tremendous tenacity and perseverance. But what we need is maybe some strategy. You know, the brute force, the sheer will may be enough to do it, you know. But there's some other cards here that say maybe we need the brute force. It's like you need to have one good, powerful shot, but it's got to be at the exact right moment in the exact right place. You know what I mean? It's like, well, Star Wars, when they're going after the Death Star, right? It's just a perfectly placed blow right down the pipe, and it's going to change the world. Okay? It's the right move. It's like all of your force is building up, building up, building up. You got to make sure you're aiming it at the right spot, and you unleash it at the right time, and it hits the target, bullseye. So it's like you get one. It's I don't know. It's like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Remember that old video game? You know, you have all this power that you build up this power, and you have to time it just right. And then it's just like that one, it's all the energy that you have. It just gets summoned up into one mega punch, you know, and it knocks the opponent out. It just takes out the opposition completely. And all this water energy can flow. All this joy and love and the progress here is going to just build speed and momentum. Okay? It's like you have to really break down this dam. So we don't have any fire, though. Okay? But we do have a little bit of water, which is right here in the middle. This, again, is the pole star. This is the central point of the reading. It's love, joy, excitement, happiness, connection, community, right? Tranquility. It's an ease of life, right? These are the good days. Sometimes they're the good old days, but they're in your future, right? The best days of your life are ahead of you. Okay, it's what we're working toward. And in terms of the air energy, we only have the one. Simplicity, clarity. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a very complex plan. Of course, we have our earth, a lot of earth energy. Right? A lot of earth, a little bit of heart and mind. Right? Your heart's in the right place. Your heart's not moving. Your heart is absolutely devoted to this. I feel like you believe in what you're doing 100%. There's no doubt this is going to change your life. It's just about one perfectly loosed arrow. It's going to hit bullseye. Okay. And maybe this is that good idea. Maybe this is that trying something new. It's sort of like a Hail Mary pass, I guess, in a way. But it doesn't feel quite like that. It feels like something a little bit more strategic, a little bit less like, just crossing myself and hoping for the best, and I'm just going to chuck it. No, it feels like this is a little bit more focused than just a Hail Mary. The Three of Pentacles, though, underneath everything. Understanding the process of creation on the physical plane. And this is down beneath the surface. You have an innate ability to sort of understand the inner workings of things. It's like you can sense the schematics. You kind of know how things function. And I don't know if that's like actually something that you do in practice. Maybe you're an engineer of some kind. To me, this card always reminds me of an engineer. Someone that can just look at something and sort of in their mind, they get a vision of like it's taken apart and they can see how it's all working. They take something like a cell phone or a camera or a display monitor. And I don't know how it works. I couldn't really tell you something with electricity, and I don't know. But I feel like you're the type of person that can really, you can see in your mind's eye how something is put together, what makes it work, what is the technology, And in this sense, I feel like this gives you a good idea of what the right target is for you, for your arrow. Right? Whatever tool this is going to be, maybe this is a sword, maybe this is a pen, right? Whatever tool it's going to be, a perfectly timed effort, right? And I'm starting to think now it doesn't even have to be brute force. And I wonder if that maybe is what we've been trying to do before. That's why there's no fire energy here. You're not being told to force it. You're not being instructed to just, if you're banging on the door, well, just bang harder, right? Maybe, but I'm starting to think, no, it's not about banging harder. It's about finding the right spot to bang, and the door will open. You see the difference there? And when you understand the inner workings of things, you kind of know like where the most likely spot to give it a little thump, to take down this obstacle. Because this is all about opening this doorway. This is all about taking what seems like a failure now. This is an impasse. This is an obstacle that you have to get through. There's no such thing as can't. It's just, I got to figure out how to do it. Okay? So the Three of Pentacles then becomes your relying on your sort of natural talents, the things that you're good at, right? Using all of those skills that you have to really see into this situation and find the clarity, right? It's almost a certainty. It's a very simple thing. It's one arrow in one particular place, one little nudge, one knock in the right place is going to open the door. The Three of Pentacles is also about the right kind of harmony, right? Things have to be done in a certain place, at a certain time, and in a certain way for it to really work. It's like a combination lock. Everything's got to be right. Everything's got to be in place. I sometimes look at this card and I think of one of those toy drones, with the fans at the bottom. If those fans are all spinning in tandem, in harmony, working together, this thing is going to lift off perfectly. But if something's out of whack, if there's one fan that's not spinning or too fast or too slow, thing's going to flop right over. That's not what we want. We don't want to flop, right? We want to rise. We want to level up. We want to go straight to the top. Yeah. We want to gain altitude consistently. So we know exactly what that means. We know the alignment, the perfect timing of things, the perfect harmony and cooperation. Everything has to work together in the right way in order for my camera to do what it needs to do what it was advertised to do, right? And it's been working very well. I've had this camera for a long time now. It's a Sony, by the way. And so this, to me, feels like your innate ability to understand these kinds of things. And, of course, our Emperor in the background. The Emperor is a card of law and order, right? Authority, discipline, right? It's kind of, in a way, it is not permitting you to try anything new. This is kind of saying, I do the same old, same old. This is, we do things a certain way, and that's what's led to success. And I think that really you've made a lot of progress already. And I think this is why our angel number is saying to focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Okay, these are all your past efforts, your past discipline, your past very expert efforts, right? The problem with the Emperor is that the Emperor can get too stuck in their way of doing things, or a certain way of doing things. And it becomes kind of lazy, honestly. Nothing worse than a lazy Emperor, right? Because then it does become just a matter of brute force. I don't want to have to figure anything out. Just knock it all down, blow it all up, But I think this is also a card that's trying to remind us that the tools, the methods that worked yesterday may not be very practical or workable today. So experience doesn't always work in our favor. Because I have this experience, I've been there, I've done a lot of things, I have a lot of experience. That may sort of help you now, but it could also be hamstringing you. It could really be hindering you, all of your experience, right? Because the more we experience something a certain way, and we start to think, well, that's the way, we get into a groove, we get into a habit. Of course, our angel number is saying, expand your horizons. Find a different way to do it. Find something that's not in your experience. Okay? Because sometimes that experience can hinder us. What worked yesterday may not work today or tomorrow. And indeed, I think that's what we're doing. I think that's why we're here right now with that Seven of Pentacles, because, okay, well, hey, suddenly I'm doing the same thing I was doing yesterday, but today it's not working. What's going on here? We have to tap into our sort of deeper understanding, our innate understanding of the way things work, and we really need just a little shot of genius here, a little shot of clarity, simplicity. These two together are the name of the game. Right? It's not so much about experience. It's more about intuition even, or instinct. Either one, I guess. I know they're not the same, but to have this innate understanding, to be able to just kind of take things apart and see them in your mind of how they work, and then to approach something with just this simple sort of, I feel like it's more intuitive than instinctual, but I think maybe this is the instinct, this is the intuition, working together. And so it takes you outside the realm of experience. It's not the same technique you used yesterday. It's not the same strategy, the same approach. It's simpler. But at the same time, it's more strategic. It makes more sense. It's optimized. It's more efficient. Right? Because instead of having one tool and say, well, gosh, I was using the hammer yesterday and everything worked out fine, but now the hammer's not working. Maybe I just need to hit it harder. Still not working. Now I'm getting very tired and very frustrated. And now I'm getting angry, actually. So the fire's not here. Right? But I like that we have kind of fire back here and fire up here. This is saying that, look, your will be done. Okay? But fire is not the method to get here. It starts with fire, it ends with fire, right? But fire is not the path. Okay? I like the chariot up at the top because the chariot is devotion, commitment, fortitude, right? You believe in this so much that you're willing to endure. You're staying out here day and night until it gets fixed, until it works, until you can have this achievement. And I don't know what you're working on, something career related maybe, or health, right? Finances, something. You're not giving up. You're not quitting. You're not going home, tail tucked between your legs and saying, I couldn't do it. Or saying, I can't do it. Right? You're saying, I'm going to stay out here all night if I have to. Right? Well, maybe we'll take a little nap while we're here. You can rest, recuperate, right? But you're not leaving the fight. Okay? There's a devotion in you. There is a commitment. Because you know that in your future is this Six of Cups. Amazing things are coming your way. And there's no doubt about it in your mind. You always see that with the Ace too. There's no doubt there, right? The Six of Cups is this sort of peak experience in life, right? It is the best day of your life. It's tranquility, it's ease, it's pleasure. Right? It's true pleasure, true satisfaction after what feels like the biggest battle of your life, right? This is the biggest obstacle that you've encountered thus far. And so the reward of getting through this obstacle is going to make it all worth it, right? And so you will succeed, Libra. You will. You will have pleasure after pain. You will have victory after, the battle. You will have success after strife. Now we're going to the path of the serpent. Of course, we have our Ace of Swords here. It's a clear mind. It's kind of like you're definitely not making things more complex. You're not asking questions. You're not trying to do the math. What you're trying to do is have a vision, in a way, right? You're trying to see this thing from the inside out. You're trying to see interdimensionally. You're trying to see the outside, the behind, the sides, and the inside all at once. And it's just kind of, it's a solution that's going to come to you in a flash. And I wonder if what we need is just a moment of resting. Like, put the tools down, put the fire energy down. Right? Stop the chariot. And see, that's what the charioteer is doing. This isn't a chariot that's in motion, right? This is somebody that's stopped. They've parked the car. They've turned off the engine. And they're just meditating. You ever done that? You pull over to the side of the road or in a parking lot just to sit and kind of meditate on something for a minute. Sometimes sitting in my car, parked somewhere safely, is a great opportunity, right? For, not even for reflection, for reception. This is not a card of reflection at all. This is the card of emptying my mind and allowing the answer to come to me. And it comes in a flash. It comes as a download. Okay. So it may be very simple. It may be that we've been complicating things unnecessarily. Okay. And we started the reading having that vision of the future. Remember the goal. Right? Remember the goal. Maybe it's just a matter of sort of meditating, holding in your mind's eye your picture of your goal, right? Until the path reveals itself. and you can see how to get through this particular obstacle, whatever this obstacle is. If it's a financial one, if it's, something, health, maybe well-being, I don't know what it is. The path will reveal itself to you, sort of once we stop asking for it, The Five of Pentacles is in the position of your environment. A lot of worry, a lot of change, a lot of moving parts, right? But what we see, I love it when we get the 7 and the 5 together, because the 7, look, it's dark. It's almost black in there. Can't really see anything. You see? It's almost nothing there. It's just like it's dim. But when we get to the 5, right, it's dark. Yeah, but look, you can see light is starting to break forth. Things are starting to break up. We can see it starting to happen. It's almost like there's a crust around a brilliant sun. And as this crust starts to break up and fall away, more and more of that light is being revealed to us. And until all of that, eventually all of that crust will fall away, and you'll just be holding a big ball of light, a big radiant sun. You look at this card, it shows the crust. The crust is breaking up, and that radiant light is starting to shine forth from underneath. To me, this is you breaking up the obstacle. This is you, with your pickaxe, like taking down the wall. Yeah. This is you getting through this obstacle. And it's kind of like, we see this in movies too. It's a very common special effect where there'll be, some obstacle, some opponent, some adversary, and someone shoots that arrow right at the right exact point, and then for a moment nothing happens, and then things start to shake, and then the outer crust starts to break up a little bit, and reveals something underneath, and or the the vital energy is kind of is revealed, and of course the obstacle vanishes, right? This is a card that's even, we could think of it as an overcast sky. Really, really dark clouds, right? But then once they start to break up a little bit, and some of that light starts to shine through, there's nothing more magical, or there's nothing that gives me, personally, more of a sense of holiness, or a presence of the divine, than when those little beams of sunshine are coming down through the clouds on an overcast day, and you get these beams, these spotlights of sunlight coming through. I don't know, that just absolutely, it really gets me, I don't know why. But that's what I feel about this card. If things are starting to tremble and shake a little bit, yeah, it's because this obstacle is coming down. Okay? So I feel there's a lot of movement going on. This is in the position of your environment and your relationships. Okay? There's going to be some shakeups. And this with the Tower, sorry, this reading's getting long, I know. The Tower moment always brings this shakiness, right? So there is going to be instability at first. That's because this obstacle is coming down. So what we have to do is stick to our aces. We have to be strong. We have to hold on. You got to hold on to your people, right? You got to stick together. We need unity. Because as this obstacle comes down, as this doorway opens for you, as these floodgates open, there's going to be some disruption. A tower is always going to cause some ripples in your environment, in your relationships, in your bank account, in your personal energy, right? It's going to ripple out to the environment, and it's going to affect other things. It's going to cause a little bit of disturbance. It's going to cause some worry, maybe a little bit of fright, okay? We've got to be prepared for that, okay? Because this is really opening the door to, this is a revelation. This is opening the door to your transcendence. You are truly having a tower moment here. You're breaking through this obstacle. And on the other side of this wall, are there going to be Very, very great things for you. Amazing things. Our Ace of Pentacles here is simply the target into which we're sending this great idea, this arrow, right? And the Ace of Pentacles here is kind of the card we don't want, right? Because it, in some ways, is that different step. It is that, trying something new. And we don't want to, it's kind of like we don't want to really believe that it's that simple. This is just that one button. You just push it, and then the tower moment, right? And it's kind of like the Emperor doesn't want to really realize that, because it's kind of like we've been making it so complex. We've been trying all these complicated things, and then there's this simple energy that comes in and just pushes one button. And it's like, what? It's that easy. I've been racking my brain. I've been banging on this door forever, and you're telling me that there's just a button over here you push. Let's look at our mystery card. Yeah. I want good energy. I want good water energy. I want an Empress, 10 of Pentacles, maybe the World. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see what we have. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is very interesting because it does go with our Emperor, law and order. That there's a particular way of doing things. These two together say, it's the tried and true way. That what we do today is based on thousands of years of experience. These two have all the experience. But then here you come in with this, this new, fresh energy, this very innocent, this very, I think, simple, non-complex energy. And you're able to do what couldn't be done. Yeah. And you're able to overcome this obstacle. Now, it could be that these two are actual people involved in the situation. And maybe there's this, no one believes that you can come in and figure it out. No, you don't know what you're doing. You have no experience doing this, so we don't want your help. You're going to get yourself hurt. You maybe stay over there. But you're coming in and you're saying, there's just a little button right there. And there it goes, now it works, right? All this experience couldn't figure it out. But you, in your purity and clarity, are finding the answer. Okay? I think the Hierophant then becomes this idea that you're being lifted up as sort of the savior here. That you are being recognized as the one who is setting the new standard. Right? That you are, yes, you have all this experience behind you, but you're like at the cutting edge of the science in a way. Right? You're at the cutting edge of this, whatever industry. Because of your innovation, it sets you above sort of what the standard was. You're creating a new standard. Right? So I think this is some recognition of your achievements here and how your sort of new way of thinking has changed the game. They're going to have to rewrite the textbooks in a way, This is very, very good. It is a recognition for your accomplishments. We're going to do, this is long, I know we're going to do an extended reading if you want to stick around. There's a link up top, there's one down below. New readings for Libra, Wednesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.